Retro World Expo, are you ready? Bidwell, let's count them down.
Here we
In
go.
3, 2, 1.
Tetris.
All for Big Nutmeg, says Biggie Mac, indeed. And there you go. Fans here for you, Bidwell. Sanzel53. Thank you, Bidwell, for making this happen. So glad to be here. Yes, thank you very much. And Kairos was the one who was shouting, Buko.
He's learning. The live experience. Get all the memes in.
Get them all in.
So, tie game already. Imagine that. These two.
Simul Tetris at that.
One of the mostly chalk today, but this is one of the few upsets. Number 3 beating number 2.
On paper, right,
on
Bidwell?
Paper,
on
right.
paper, but I think, realistically, you got the defending champion, Hydrant, who won in 2022. Who certainly make a case of their own. Mentioned that it would be nice to win a regional again. Kind of solidify, just like when you talk about the old guard of the day, that they like to see him perform well. It was kind of what Hydrant was saying in the interview. Like to see that people can believe that he's still good. He can still play with the best in the world.
Orlando was talking about that earlier too, just how the history of this game has gone so fast in the last 5 years. Now he kind of knows how we feel. Well, how I feel. 5 years ago, you were sitting in the front row, and here you are in the main stage.
Indeed.
About a Tetris and a half lead for Hydrant here, 140 to 109. But he is working on a stack, fairly significant. Maybe makes him dirty Tetris for this clear job, but looks like he's going to burn it down with a triple. And Dengler has caught up just a bit here, so now it's about a 1 Tetris lead.
Dan V asking in the chat that the regional happened in 2023, but it did, yes. Huff won. When we look back at the history of the Retro World Expo, this goes back to 2019, kind of picking up the ashes of the Pittsburgh tournaments there. The 2019 winner was Matthew Bucco, and then we had a stall for a couple of years due to pandemic, and then we returned in 2022. Hydrant won. In that one was actually his first regional win, Bidwell. Yep. We got to talk to him about that. And then last year, yes, Huff the Stuff defeated Coal in the final. So here we are, Hydrant coming back to the final after going through a number of different players today. Going to go through Chaotic Hazel, Bland, and Gwafey in the semifinal. The Dengler had to go through Maria, Morlando, and Cole to get to the final here today.
This would be Dengler's first regional win. Is that correct?
I believe so. Yeah, I think he's only been out here to the Northeast Regional. I don't recall him attending any other ones. This one's the closest for him.
Right. Still that 1 Tetris difference, though. 64 lines in.
Be very interesting symmetry there, Bidwell. If Dengler can do it, can get that win, kind of feeling like what Hydrant did in 2022. And the win in 2022 for Hydrant, Bidwell, kind of propelled him to have a great CTWC.
Yeah.
Because obviously when we were doing it back in October, this was kind of like the last one here in the States before we got to the World Championship. And we saw what happened. Hydrant ended up getting all the way to the top 8, his best finish in the tournament.
There's playing well and then playing well live, and a lot of players will tell you that there's a major difference between online and live play, and getting those tournament wins is super beneficial. And you got to basically have to learn how to win live with all the distractions, and you're hearing us and hearing the fake game shows and hearing the pro wrestling and hearing the announcements about vendor sales closing. It's a lot to take in.
Certainly, but that's why they're pros, Bidwell. They know how to handle the block stacking. You've got excellent placements there by Dengler. Going to slam a Tetris. Score check, 416 for Dengler, 413 for Hydrant. He'll take the lead back at 436, and Noah exchanging it right back again. Neck and neck game, Bidwell. What a shot for game number 1.
At 439 at 100 lines, that's pretty dang good. They're looking at mid-500 transitions if they keep this up.
Z-spin missed this time by Dengler. He had hit it earlier, so that's why the confidence boost was right there, but now going to take a few lines to burn.
And this is an endurance game too. I mean, they haven't been playing all day because we did the block setup, but back-to-back semifinals into the finals, you can lose your timing, and you've been up all day.
But I think you did mention that we had a Match Arena contribution, $50 from Gene Roy, 86, correct?
Got that one,
We
yep.
also got another one. We got Rackerick at $50.01 to get us to $1,100, Bidwell.
That's a nice even number.
Oh, man, Bidwell. Match Arena might be getting to that 2,000 mark at a base 16.
Put the challenge up.
Put the challenge up. How far can we go? Let's beat out Kansas. We beat Kansas City, right? Let's get Montreal next on the list, man. We can get to $5,000 easy. Let's do it. Eat your heart out, K9. I love the shirt, though.
1 Mino short for Dengler here. He's going to fill it in and then get the Tetris right after. Nicely done. But still a Tetris lead for Hydrant, heading to transition.
Oh, what a beautiful adjustment with the J there, Bidwell. Most people would have just thought he was going to place it like you normally would, right, to have a burn setup. Instead, he made such a beautiful adjustment. No burns needed. Longbar engaged. Tetris for him to go to 580. Tetris for Hydrant, 601. Woo!
Game 1, man. Woo!
And Dengler looking to top that. If he can get the bar, he'll have to take the burn.
Safety. 586.
Oh, and then a mistrip of the T-piece.
That's pretty high up.
If there's anyone that can get out of it, it would be the Noah Dengler, but it is a spicy
flat burn just for
spicy dig at the moment. Horrible J for Noah. Perfect L.
Oh, nice. When you're going to complain about the bad RNG, you think the good RNG like this, and
Indeed.
Dengler is out of it.
Nicely done. There's a Tetris for
And look,
Dengler.
he's only 7,000 behind.
Amazing. We have reached level 21 now for both players. 630 to 664. Tetris for Noah to go to 656. Hot on the heels of Hydrant, who scored another Tetris but holes at the bottom. Bidwell.
He'll get a triple here with this. Now he's going to play one off the bottom, I'd imagine.
I think you have to. You're playing Noah Dengler.
You're that close.
You're playing the Dengler. Top 4 CTWC finalist. Can't fool around.
Oh, the head shake from Dengler. Hydrant's playing one off the bottom but not getting the line. Finally gets it, but that's not an ideal formation. He's set up for another. But he's going to have 2 stacks of garbage, assuming he gets the dang line. Gets it there. 761, 696. 2 messy boards. Dengler has 1 Mino to fill in, and there's no obvious answer for it. Hydrant's lead has increased, but his board is still messier.
No bars either in this sequence. Bidwell's players are kind of waiting for it to help.
See how quickly this game can turn. They were playing so superlatively on level 18, and now the level 19's been a slab of dirty Tetris Hydrant. 807, 748, the lead's increased for Hydrant, but still a messy board. Do you still risk the dirty Tetris? Oh, Dengler. I saw the head shake and was trying to see what happened there. Hydrant playing way up the board. Still ahead, King. Masterful job of getting this clean.
Great digging. Great downstacking by Noah, too, to get out of that. 759 for him. Obviously, he's not going to be happy with the score. Oh, what an adjustment of the Z piece. Noah seeing another Tetris there.
Head shake from Hydrant. Appreciating that cleanup move. Still about a Tetris and a half lead. There it is.
Another dirty one for Hydrant. 877 to Noah's 804. At this point, Bidwell, it's going to be 29 play to decide this first game.
Oh, they would not serve those Tetrises at the Capital Girl, I'll tell you. 884, 873. Half Tetris difference in level 28. This is going to be a great final.
Tetris for Hydrant to go to 921.
Takes the lead with 227 lines. Back and forth we go into 29.
Just the way you want to see it for the final of the Northeast Regional.
There it is, 957, second transition.
It's a 29 battle. Let's go.
Dengler could have set up, decides not to, keeping it low. Both players try to measure each other out. The Tetrises are key, but it's a game of chicken right now. Got about 100 lines to go before the end for real.
Yeah, about 8 levels left.
1 million points for Dengler.
I'm waiting for Bidwell. Go ahead, Bidwell.
You want to wait? Got to get a double here. It's so close.
He's waiting for the double cowbell.
There we go. Let's.
More cowbell than you can handle.
So 50,000 point lead now for Dengler. Hydrant setting up in the middle. That will only be a triple. The 29 Tetrises are key. Neither player sacked for one right now.
Oh,
ooh.
T-piece hang for the Hydrant.
Nice.
Let's see what we can sneak
Gonna
in
get
here.
another-
The
yeah,
T works
nice.
perfect.
Oh,
Yes.
there we go. The crowd's into it.
Nicely done
But
by
still
Hydrant.
a 50,000 point lead for Dengler. Hydrant has got to score. Dengler nice and safe at the bottom. He's starting to build up. Hydrant 2 Minos short. This lead is increasing. Dengler up now 1.143 to 1.05.
You saw Hydrant was trying to see if he could build up a Tetris because it would really help him at this juncture.
Level 35, we're halfway through the 30s.
Misdrops for Hydrant going to
Oh,
cause
man.
a problem. That will delay scoring.
39 is imminent. Oh!
The misdrop of the J piece is trouble. Hydrant too high. And that will do it.
Wow.
Finished at 107. 1,078,000. No, 1.225.
That
Good enough for
lived
game
up to
one.
the hype,
GG's.
Mr. King.
Well done.
We got 2 readies.
All right, players, we're going to get the countdown going in 3, 2,
2,
1.
1,
Tetris. Game number 2 starts off with Z's and squares and an S to tuck, so not an ideal piece sequence to begin here, Bidwell.
These players make every sequence ideal. Got some hot auction action going on at the main stage.
I got to say, it's refreshing that we're not that close to them, right?
Yeah.
And I don't see a band anywhere near here, Bidwell,
we
so
got
even
a rock band behind us, but I think the mics are doing a good job of keeping most of that out. The players are focused.
we're DMCA free.
Yep.
Nice
Knock
to
on
hear.
particle board.
So excellent game number 1, folks. We had a kill screen battle, as we would call it these days, or thrill skiing perhaps, but certainly entertaining nonetheless. Dengler with some nice tucking with the square. And
With the early lead, 93 to 52.
yeah,
but
unfortunate misdropped over the Z piece there for him.
sometimes the transition back to 18 can mess with players' timing. Nice adjustment for Dengler with a last frame basically flip.
Yeah, that's something you see very common now, Bidwell. A lot of adjustments being made by these younger players, and just the foresight of what you could see with the board. It's so beautiful to see, honestly.
I mean, you're thinking it, then there's doing it, then there's doing it with 2/60ths of a second. $167, $125, 2 Tetris lead for Dengler. Already has the heart in his pocket.
Waiting for an L that never showed. Great adjustment of the Z piece to allow for the S, and then we'll have the S spin. Very high, tall stack on the left, Bidwell. You like to see it. Allows
That's classic.
Dengler to get the skims on the right, but obviously the rolling allows him to just really build it even higher and higher than you would normally see.
Yeah, Dash players are bailing at that point. Dengler's waiting and waiting and waiting for that line and finally gets it after a mini drought. 196, 181, still about a half Tetris lead for Dengler. Ooh. So Hydrant's not going to have an issue with it other than just losing scoring potential. And as you see, that lead is growing to 44, 182. Hydrant needs a line on the left, gets the line, fills it to the left. Doesn't go for the dirty Tetris, it just opts to get back to a clean board, start again.
Yeah, I think you got to kind of play it safe early on in this one. No need to rush to try to catch up. Let's get the board under a better state. Feel focused there. He's going to be down about now nearly 100,000 points. 210 for Hydrant, 313 for Dengler.
Long way to go, King.
Oh, yeah. We're a little past the halfway marker of game number 2. Certainly not over yet by a long shot, but if your Hydrant cannot afford to fall 2-0 to your CTWC top 4 finalists, certainly not a situation you want to be in.
And Hydrant's just, for a Hydrant game, he's spinning his wheels here. This isn't, for me, I'd be like elated at this kind of score, but for our top players, they just love to press every single point at the level 18 stage to not rely completely on 29 play. But Dengler has a little Mino bridge he's got to clear out, so this will open up that door, and the lead has shrunk back to 80,000.
Yeah, Dengler was trying to be a little cheeky setup for the T-spin, but then, of course, T doesn't come. And
the cheek slapped back.
Yeah, P sequence did not allow for that. That was a very cheeky comment by you,
sure,
Bidwell.
I got my moments.
You got to be careful with that kind of talk. Your mother's here. So. Oh, my word. Apple doesn't fall from the tree, huh, Bidwell?
It didn't.
Oh, Noah.
Ooh. But see, level 18 rollers, that 15 high is nothing for them.
Right. Here's some John Cena in the background out here. So learn some hustle, loyalty, and respect in a few.
Can't see it, but I can hear it for sure.
Indeed. Well.
381, 463. So about a 4 Tetris lead here for Dengler heading into the transition. And Hydrant's board is not ideal.
Hydrant has the runway to clean this up before transition, but it just needs some help from the P sequence.
That's a dirty setup, though. And he gets it.
Oh, dirty Tetris for Hydrant. Oh.
Love it when the players get that sigh of relief, that smile. Love to see it.
He's got about 9 lines left to go before level 19 appears.
That'll be a triple.
Dengler 555, Tetris 579. Good score for him.
Yep, right under that 600,000 superlative 18.
Hydrant will go in at 428, so he's got a lot of catch up to do, Bidwell.
And gets the T-spin. Nice. Very
nicely done. So burn it all the way back down. Just try to get this board cleaned up and with a right well set up. 436 for Hydrant, 604 for Dengler. We're off and running level 20 now.
And with this 200,000 point lead now, Dengler, if there's an option of taking a risk and not taking a risk, you can let your foot off the gas just a little bit.
We got a Tetris brother _ Ryan Denger. I think Dengler can win this.
He sounds biased.
Sounds biased with a misspelling of the name.
This lead is getting huge, King. 711 to 448. Hydrant has just not got his feet under him in this game 2.
Yeah, but Noah's got to be a little careful. He's kind of playing.
Oh, as soon as I say that.
Dangerously. Nice spin of the L to set up a delayed burn.
So the door is open just slightly.
All right, Noah in a much safer position to burn this away. Has the runway, too, because Hydrant is so far back now, nearly 300,000 points. So obviously, if you're Dengler, you just want to play at a little safer coast here because Hydrant is the one that's got to make the catch. And that was only a double with that deep well, Bidwell.
Oh. Hydrant still trying to get in scoring position. Dirty setup again. Needs it. Gets the line 1 too late. Oh, there it is. 503, 837. 337,000 point difference here at level 24. We've seen some crazy things, King. Could it happen here?
Well, Hydrant's going to have to clean up a lot sooner in order to kind of have that a chance to say, yeah, I can try to catch this.
There was a possibility of a dirty Tetris that he passed up. And, oh, just the precision just slightly off this game. Again, ooh.
Nice spin.
Dengler is showing off that #1 seed here.
Yeah. Now, he's been tough to beat all day today.
It was often a meme in the older days when there was a strong game that they'd follow it up with a dud game, and Dengler has broken that trend, and Hydrant has followed that trend. But plenty of time to still regroup, but let's see what happens for the rest of game 2. This has just been a suffer game from Hydrant here, post 19. Normally our top players getting a 570 pre-transition is a goal, and here he's at 570 at level 27.
Yeah, no, definitely a rough game for Hydrant at this point.
And 1.1 million while I'm babbling on from Dengler. 1.1 million pre-transition to 29. That's strong.
400,000 point
wow.
lead. Hydrant 29. You're going to have to play the greatest 29 in your life if you want to catch.
It's possible.
Turn off the line cap.
Rebirth.
697 for Hydrant, 1.17 for Dengler. Well, we could be approaching 500K.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God.
I mean, to have a large enough distance like this.
All right, here we go.
1.17, so
You
there's
have
a chase down.
We have a
1.18.
target. We have a target. Not going to lie, if I was Dengler, I would probably have topped out just to see if he can do it, right? You have a game to give. Over 300,000 point differential. There's a Tetris.
It's one Tetris at a time, King.
769. Hey now for Hydrant.
8 levels to do it. Ooh.
That is no bueno on the long bar.
The 5 left is still the most difficult move
Oh,
in the
he
game.
got it. Nice triple there for Hydrant with the 5-tap.
But you see, even our best players at level 29, they're getting Tetrises maybe a quarter of the time. That's the only way to do it. There's another. 5 levels to go. It's still possible. Set up on column 3. There it is. Knocks it down. Takes the double. Back to scoring position. Ooh. Can he slide something?
No!
Oh, GG's.
Opportunity was there, Bidwell, but misdrop right there, the dagger. Hydrant was making that interesting. He made it interesting towards the end. I'm not going to lie. Almost had the greatest 29 of his life. Hydrant won a couple of years ago, but let's do it. Count it down, everyone, in 3, 2, 1.
Tetris.
I mean, at the end of the day, we will see a new one because Hydrant didn't win last year, so it didn't matter. But we'll see like a real. Will this be the Dengler's time, Bidwell? That's really what we are looking at. Will it be his time to finally get that vindication, get that live event win that he so richly deserves? His gameplay has proven that he can play with the best in the world. You don't get top 4 at the World Championship for nothing.
Hydrant, again, trying to get a foothold here early on. There we go.
Volts battery on the chat is asking, is there a level limit or can they go as far as they can survive? It is a level 39 line cap where a 2-time kill screen will be implemented, meaning that the game is way too fast for even rollers to play.
Now we've seen some Alex T action on 39, so one of these days they'll overcome that too.
Well, that's a different breed of player there.
Yeah. No Parmesan cheese here, just nutmeg.
No, definitely not. We'd get kicked out. Although I guess maybe not. It wouldn't be too hard. You can sprinkle some nutmeg.
Yeah, Chris runs this turn.
Well, he did.
The, Portland. Oh no! And just like that, Dengler wins the championship. Unfortunate top out for Hydrant. Oh, heartbreaking.
Here we are talking about nutmeg, and that was a unfortunate nutmeg right
That was
there.
mixed up with some sawdust there.
Oh, my word. Well, congratulations. Your 2024 CTWC Northeast Regional Champion is the Dengler. Dengler, come and stand up here. Congratulations to you on winning the Northeast Regional Championship. You have joined the likes of Hydrant and Huv and Matthew James Bucco as winners of this event. We're going to present with you the 2024 Northeast Regional Champion bottle of nutmeg, since this is the state where it resides in. So congratulations to you. I don't know what you do with nutmeg, but, you know, there you go. Save, I don't know. Do you drink any of this? To drink eggnog, hot cocoa?
Yeah, I guess I can put this in my hot cocoa in like 4 months.
All right. Well, let us know how it tastes, and you can blame him if it's terrible. Dengler, you know, we talked to you earlier. We talked about the stakes that were here. I think it feels good, right? It feels good to finally get that live event. When Bidwell was asking, is this your second live event ever? Well, outside of CTWC's?
Yeah, this is my second.
So this is like the closest regional for you to get to and stuff like that. So, you know, last year, kind of like, unfortunate situation where the bracket kind of didn't play in your favor. You had to play Huff like early on in the tournament and kind of ousted you when it looked like you'd be one of the favorites. This year, again, coming in, being a favorite, number 1 seed. Did you have higher expectations going in, or were you just like happy to just make it to finals?
Yeah, I'd say I had higher expectations. Just like, it's a new year. Like, I think I've gotten a lot better, so I was hoping to make it farther at least.
So obviously in the first couple of rounds, a little bit easy competition. That's stuff what you're used to. You know, you're facing newer players that are getting their first opportunity, and you know, veterans like Morlando that certainly can hold his own weight. But then you finally go in and you're facing Cole, which kind of seemed like that might have been a final. You know, going into that, were you kind of feeling a little nervous, or were you feeling like, you know, your game is on, even though you were playing not a similar level skill player as you've been playing in the World Championships?
I was definitely nervous because I really wanted to make the finals at least and like make it farther than I did last year. So getting Cole instead of like yeah, he was a finals matchup, so getting him instead of one of the other seeds was definitely a bit like nerve-wracking.
So certainly you put a lot of time, you put a lot of effort in playing this game. You've proven at the highest level, CTWC top 4. Dog was here in the chat, you know, much earlier when you were qualifying. He said Noah Dengler is going to win CTWC 2025. What does that mean to you when you hear a two-time champion kind of praise you like that?
It means a lot. I think, you know, it means he sees potential, and I hope to succeed in that. And I don't know, maybe I'll win, but yeah.
Are there other regionals that are maybe on your mind as we go into? Obviously, this is kind of like the last ones that were here for 2024, but let's get into 2025. You know, Montreal recently happened. Philly seems to be a new one that's around. Are there any other regionals that you may say to yourself that you like to attend, or is this really like your home base?
I don't know if this one's happening yet, but Boston Tea Parody, I was like super disappointed. It is? Okay. I will definitely like do my very best to go to that one because I was kind of mad that I missed the last one. And I don't know, maybe I'll go to Philly. I was going to go to Philly, but then something came up. I have family over there. And maybe Montreal, I don't know.
Great. So you have it definitely on the mind that you'd love to attend more of these regionals, get more of that experience. And, you know, obviously CTWC 2025, you're looking to go back to Pasadena?
Yeah. I think I will be there. Unfortunately, I graduate on the qualifying Friday, so I might have to Saturday qual, but I will be there.
We'll take care of you. Don't worry. All right, we'll take care of you. We gotta have you there, right? You gotta be there Saturday qual, no problem. I'll talk to Vince. He and I are tight. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your winner for the 2024 Regional of the Northeast Championship for CTWC. Congratulations to the Dengler.